Lockheed Martin continues to look at expand sales of the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter, with Germany, the United Arab Emirates, and now Saudi Arabia expressing an interest in buying the fifth-generation aircraft. At the same time, though, there are increasing concerns that the aircraft's centralized computer brain, known as the Autonomic Logistics Information System, ALIS, could pose threats to the capabilities and national interests of individual operators. On November 12, 2017, Defense News reported that Saudi Arabia is now seeking entry into the F-35 club. At the 2017 Dubai Air Show, American and Emirati officials have also confirmed that the UAE is in discussions with the United States about buying as many as 24 Joint Strike Fighters. These announcements followed reports earlier in November 2017 that Germany sees the stealthy fighter jet as the preferred choice to replace its aging Panavia Tornados. "We in the UAE already live in a fifth-generation environment," Brigadier General Rashid Al-Shamsi, deputy head of the country's Air Force, explained at Air Show. So acquiring the F-35 fighter jet is only a step forward to cope with the fifth-generation mindset. It's not entirely clear what Shamsi was referring to. At present, Israel is the only country in the Middle East that is part of the F-35 program and the only one actively seeking to acquire a fifth-generation aircraft of any type. Shamsi was most likely referring to the increasing proliferation of advanced surface-to-air missiles, especially the potential spread of Russia's S-400 system, and long-range radars throughout the region. Iran, the UAE's principal regional rival, continues to be actively seeking to improve and expand its integrated air defense, as these assets could pose a danger to late fourth-generation fighter jets in a conflict, especially given the proximity of the two countries and the relatively small airspaces between them. Even older road mobile systems, such as the S-300, which Iran could move from one location to another relatively rapidly, could be real. Whatever specific concerns Shamsi has in mind, it is likely that the Saudis share them, as well, driving their own interest in the F-35. We at the War Zone have long noted that any serious discussions between the United States and UAE would almost certainly prompt a similar request from authorities in Riyadh. The overall security situation already prompted the U.S. Air Force to begin rotational deployments of F-22 Raptor stealth fighters to Al Dhafra Air Base in the UAE. Both the Emiratis and the Saudis may feel that their existing fleets of advanced fourth-generation aircraft simply aren't enough to counter the growing threats. Rebuffed for years in its attempts to join the F-35 program, authorities in Abu Dhabi have, in the past, said they considered development of a fifth-generation fighter jet important enough to entertain cooperating with Russia on such project. At present, the UAE's Air Force's fighter jet fleet includes a mixture of Lockheed Martin F-16EF Desert Falcons, as well as older French-made Mirage 2000s. The Saudis have recently received F-15C Advanced Eagles from Boeing to join their existing F-15S aircraft and Eurofighter Typhoons. At the Dubai Air Show, the UAE also announced a $1.6 billion deal with Lockheed Martin to upgrade its Desert Falcons. This will likely incorporate the new mission computers, navigation systems, digital multifunction displays, advanced identification friend or foe, AIF, transponders, and the Link 16 tactical data links associated with the F-16V configuration. However, the EF variants already feature an active electronically scanned array radar, which is the centerpiece of the V model upgrades for other countries. With Joint Strike Fighters, the two Gulf countries could present a significant deterrent to any overt Iranian military action in the region. It would allow them to more readily consider limited, punitive air strikes, as well, without having to consider a larger aerial campaign to destroy air defense threats. On top of that, with their advanced sensor suite, the F-35s could potentially serve as important intelligence-gathering platforms, even just during normal patrols in and around the Persian Gulf. As you look here in the Middle East, they share common threats, and so we're looking at options on who we share those F-35s within the Gulf. U.S. Air Force Vice Chief of Staff General Stephen Wilson told reporters at the Air Show in Dubai. So the discussions are ongoing now with the new administration on selling F-35s to partner nations that need them and require them, but whether or not the needs and requirements of potential Gulf operations align with those of the United States, or could be expected to remain in sync for the foreseeable future, is much more of an issue than with previous combat aircraft, given the inherently interconnected nature of the F-35 program as a whole. The ALIS computer system and its associated cloud network are central to the day-to-day operation of the Joint Strike Fighters.